Welcome to the Pleiadian University of Wisdom. This is the conclusion to the Creator Workshop. Within the universe, there are 12 natural laws known that you can observe in your own life as well in the way that energy moves. And so scientists are discovering the natural laws as well as individuals are within their own lives as they notice the patterns and the things that go on in their life. They can notice how it reflects nature and natural laws that exist. The first natural law is law of oneness, and you can go to my other video about creating from the law of oneness, and that will help you go a little bit deeper into the exploration of using the awareness of our oneness and how you can create from that awareness. The law of oneness suggests that everything is connected and that everything will affect another because of this interconnection together. If you observe and if you look at your own life, you will find the interconnection to souls around you and even to souls that are not geographically around you, but it is like the butterfly effect. What you do in your land will affect the others in another land across the ocean. And so there is this interconnection, and even though we may not be aware of it at all times, it does exist in that whatever effects that you put out, it will affect another. And this is what we call the golden rule or the butterfly effect. And the golden rule is really to teach people that what you would like to be done to you, then treat others in the way that you wish to be treated, because that has a way of coming back to you. If you treat people unkindly or you try to harm others, you will get that same treatment back to you in return. So if you treat others with kindness and you are putting your best foot forward in that way, then you will get that returned back to you. The law of oneness. The law of oneness also suggests that the one prime source that everything originated from into this physical universe is actually reflected through all souls. So if you look and if you observe and if you really open your heart to receive the messages of those around you, you will find the one prime source radiating through all souls on Earth and throughout the galaxy. We just have all different roles and different parts to play in this collective consciousness, but we do emanate from the same source of energy that created the physical matter that we experience in this life. So if you operate under that idea, you will find that the closer to oneness that you reach with the divine, which is called the union with divine, as mystics will call it, the closer that you get to this oneness mentally and you feel it in your heart and you believe in it, the more oneness you will experience with those around you. And you will experience the world in more of a unified fashion rather than always separated. And that is what we call the illusions of separation. You will actually get to the heart of the matter and to the real truth that we are all connected, we are all interconnected, and we are all sharing the same source of energy that creates this physical matter, that creates this physical universe for us to experience. Number 2, the next law is the law of vibration. This law suggests that everything, whether it be a rock, whether it be a person, an animal, every single thing in this universe vibrates and has its own special frequency and vibration to it in order for it to manifest it in its different qualities and traits that it appears as. Everything in this universe moves in a circular manner. It is called the spiral of creation, and it travels in circular patterns or spiral energy. And the same principles of vibration in the physical world apply to our thoughts, feelings, and desires and wills in the etheric world, which is the spiritual or the immaterial energetic world. Each sound or thought or thing is broken down to its very basics, which is the molecules, the atoms, the neutrons, and the protons, and even the smallest known type of measurement of these is the quarks, which is the smallest fundamental constitute of matter itself. But this entire universe, you, I, everything that you observe is created by moving particles of energy. There is no such thing as matter on its own. Matter is created by the energies that make up the matter. So when you understand this and you know that different vibrations will resonate with you, and the type of vibration that you have within you will bring more of the same vibration into your life to experience. It's the law of resonancy and equilibrium, meaning that those who are operating at a lower vibration, which will be experienced as negative emotions or emotions that bring a lower frequency to you in your life, when you operate within those emotions, when you are constantly in a negative state, you feel bad about yourself, you feel down about yourself, you hate the world, you think the world is a horrible place, when you keep those thoughts within you, you will keep bringing and aligning to those vibrations, because your mind is trying to create and construct a reality based on its authentic feelings and what it observes. So when you observe the world in this way, and when you have these feelings within you that are the lower vibrations, you will attract lower vibrations more to you. You will experience, and this will reaffirm your observations of the world. So when you trust yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you discover self-love through healing, and you start to see the love around you and others, and you recognize the idea that love does exist and that there is a positive occurrence of negative events, that positivity will always come through these negative events. When you start to employ these types of ideas into your life, then you start to actually construct a reality that is positive, because you are in those positive vibrations yourself. So you will start to see the world in a more positive light. There is no such thing as a true reality that exists for each soul, because it is relative to our perspective of what we experience on the inside of us. So if you want to experience a more positive and loving world, then you yourself have to get to the place where you feel more positive, loving towards others and about yourself. That is how you learn how to create using the laws of vibrations. So if you want to start to create more positive things in your life, things that you can experience as positive or fun or joyful or peaceful to you, then you yourself have to carry those vibrations within yourself, and you will experience that in return. When we set out to create things that have a negative or lower frequency vibration, we will bring negative experiences to ourselves and to those around us. So when we shoot for creating positive things that are going to bring positivity to the world, to yourself, and to others, we will bring in more positive experiences into our lives. So remember that with everything that you create, whether it be a thought, whether it be a deed or an act of kindness or an act of hate or fear, remember that what you put out into the world, this is your vibration that you are attuning to, and it will create and construct the reality around you that you will experience as your truth, your form of subjective truth. The universal truths lies in the laws that govern this perspective. The universal truths are the idea that what you put out, you will get back. That is a universal truth. So there's no such thing as a universal experience of truth because it lies in the subjective experience. But you can take the universal objective truths and apply it to yourself to help you experience a better life, a more peaceful life for yourself and for those around you and collectively for the world. It's important to understand how higher vibrational spirits work. The higher vibration an energy wave is, the more frequency, the rate of frequency that it reaches its state of equilibrium and moves faster. So, higher spirits, such as fairies and angels, they are vibrating at a faster rate of frequency and vibration. So they are attuning to a higher state of vibration. When you yourself attune to the higher states of vibration and frequency, you will be able to experience those types of energies and spirits around you, such as fairies and angels. So that is how sometimes you're able to see them, is because you enter into this place of love and faith and trust in yourself and in the universe, that you open up the door, you open up the portal in a way in your mind for you to experience those higher vibrations that you have put out. And all it means is aligning to the same frequency and experiencing the reality that exists on that frequency that you exist in. You can exist in the reality that the fairies and the angels exist in, and you also can exist in the reality that other lower vibrational entities exist in as well. You have complete control of your vibrational state. It is about healing within. It is about attuning and being aware of what you are putting out and what you are feeling inside, so that you can realize what is the reality that you are constructing in your mind to perceive and to observe through your eyes. Aligning yourself to positive thoughts about who you are and who others are and what this world is about and what this universe is about will only bring forward positive experiences to reinforce that belief and that authentic truth that has entered into your mind as a vibration. And you will experience that level of consciousness and dimension of reality in a positive light, simply because you are aligning to that same exact vibration. It will also increase the rate of frequency in which you will start to experience blessings or luck or things that you perceive to be something that is a miracle. This is because you are opening in the door to a higher place of frequency in which these types of events can occur to you. So you may know this as spiraling up or spiraling down. We often like to focus on the negative, and we say that when one bad thing happens, when it rains, it pours, and you get more and more negative things happening to you. But it can also be the opposite, where you start hitting this flow within yourself that you are in control, you are in love with who you are, you care about others the same, and you're in this state of complete awareness of self-love for the universe and for yourself. And so you enter into this nice vortex that keeps aligning to positive experiences. And even if something happens that's negative, you'll know how to respond to that to keep you in the flow so that you can keep experiencing the abundance that is right before your eyes. But it's about opening yourself up to experience them. And this will lead to more soul fulfillment and happier, positive experiences. So when you heal yourself, you are then going to open up the rate of frequency within you to experience your self-healing in the reflection of others and through your observances and perception of this world. That's why self-healing is very important in every lifetime, to reach a place of authentic joy and fulfillment in your own life. So never be afraid to look at the things that you might still need to work on, because that will only later on allow you to be open and to experience the abundance that is in this universe. But you just have to be at a place where you can see it and can be open to receiving it and experiencing it. The next law is the law of action. This physical universe has all types of physical laws of action, such as gravity, inertia, and other laws of motion. We must engage both physically as well as mentally in this life in order to experience events. So, you must apply those laws of motion to your life, and you must see them reflect your life as well. There is gravity, which is love that brings things together. There is the law of inertia and the laws of motion. There's laws of motion where whatever you put forward, there is going to be this momentum that carries your efforts forwards until it hits a wall and another force acts upon it. But it still is moving in momentum, and you are in charge. It is about your effort, your energy, your desire, and drive will bring your creation through to a momentum, and it will keep going unless you decide to stop it. So it is about you feeling your control as a creator and understanding that everything that you put out has a momentum that will be carried throughout the universe. That is your energy that you are putting out. We must engage both physically and mentally in order to set things in motion or to enter into the flow of the universe that is constantly moving. When you give up, life does not stop around you. You notice that when you're depressed and you don't want to get out of bed, you may experience life still moving around you. But what you will experience that does stop is your life. Things cannot move forward in your life unless you first start the ball rolling. And when you put that momentum out there, it will keep going as long as you decide. But when you stop to be open to receive the blessings that come from your actions and your creations, that's when you will stop receiving them. It is an aspect of putting up a wall in front of your ball that you just threw out into the universe. So your thoughts, your beliefs, and your faith in yourself is so important with every creation. It is the momentum, it is the drive behind your ideas that exists that keep things going. So always believe in yourself, always believe in your ideas, and have wisdom to know when your ideas are coming from a place that would be good for others or it would be terrible for others. But understand that if you believe in yourself, if you believe in an idea, if you believe in a dream, you will see it through as long as you put the effort there and you keep the momentum going, which is your energy and your faith and trust in yourself. And the universe will act in response to that as a playing field for you to experience your ideas and your dreams that will come into manifestation right before your very eyes to experience. Small baby steps are needed, but something must be set in motion by you. It is okay to take your time and be patient with yourself. You do not have to make monumental leaps, but start today. Start making that baby step that will take you into the next stage. If you feel stuck, then just start with a very small step of what you can do today. Focus on today, and you will see change in the future. This is total freedom from the universe as your playing field and place to experience. And it also means that you also will have support from the universe because of these laws of physics that exist. The next law is the law of correspondence. This suggests that the principles or laws of physics that we know scientifically through our studies and through our observations of this world will correspond to ourselves and to those around us. So this explains how the physical world of energy, light, vibration, sound, and motion have their corresponding principles in the etheric as well. So as above, so below. The physical energies will react and will be perceived by the immaterial energies that we experience as our consciousness and as our emotions and our response on this physical world. Everything responds and reflects, everything corresponds to us. This is why we act as mirrors to each other in both the good and in the bad, in the idea that what you put out is received by others and their response to you is a mirror to show you how you have been. Whether it be good or bad, it is about aligning to that particular mirror that is observing you. Both the rewards of your efforts and the self-improvement needed in your life will be mirrored back to you so that you can get a measurement for where you are at in your spiritual development and awareness of your own true self. Nature reflects this in showing the majority of humans that have neglected nature and the corporations that are ran by uncaring humans that are more for profit rather than the concern about animals or for plant life. And so we are now seeing the effects reflected back to us by our actions. Everything corresponds to what we do based on the intention of our efforts and what we put forward. Duality of all souls who show a fight against your good actions simply is because of what fear that you may bring up in them, such as there are many people who might fight against the good actions to liberate humans spiritually, because that then brings a fear into them where they would lose money or lose control of the populace. So they are in this illusion that the material world exists and that they have to fight for it and argue with others and suppress others, trying to hold on to this sense of control. And it's all an illusion. But everything corresponds to us. And we will see it in nature, we will see it in others that will interact with us, and we will see this as above, so below. Things that are happening on Earth has also happened in the galaxy and in the universe. And these are universal laws that we can apply and understand that the problems that we have here on Earth are also the same problems that we may experience on other planets. It is about resolving them, not running away from this planet and trying to move to another one, but dealing with it now and finding true, authentic healing in which we completely move to a new solution and no longer suffer from the problem any longer. So everything corresponds to us in the way that we think and the way that we believe and the way that we trust in ourselves and the healing that we have not done or have worked on. Everything corresponds. The next law is a law of cause and effect. This law is always seen in observances of science, in understanding that everything that we put out there, it will have an effect. Lots of times we can come to conclusions about the world because we do experiments and we can find out what is the cause of something because we have observed the effects. And so everything that we personally put out will have an effect. You are never, ever free from this law of the universe. And the Wiccans knew it as the principle of three, in which everything that you put out will come back to you threefold. In the idea that if you put out something that is good or a bad deed towards another, you will get it back to you 3 times as hard as you put it out to someone else, or 3 times as good as you have put it out to someone else. This is because of the spiral nature of creation. And so as you put out energy into that spiral, as it gathers more vibrations and energy, as it moves up the spiral and collects from all souls in the collective, and it comes back around to you, you receive more of that abundance because the energy has collected and has grown in a more profound way, and that is why you experience it 3 times fold rather than just simply having an equal exchange, because it's a spiral, and as a spiral moves, it collects more and more energy and gains more and more momentum. Nothing happens out of chance or randomness or sheer luck. And this is both seen in good ways and also in bad ways. Some people believe that they can just be completely lucky and they are chosen from the universe in order to experience something. But the truer nature is that there's no such thing as luck, there's no such thing as randomness. It is because you have put out some type of energy, some type of vibration into the world, and now you are receiving it back. You are experiencing whatever you have put out, a seed that you have planted. It is now blossoming and blooming, and you're reaping what you sow. And that is what it is. You just receive it back. And you may think it's luck because you may not be aware that it is a response to what you have already put out in the past. So you are receiving blessings in the form of rewards that you have already put out for others. You already have put out that energy for others, but you're experiencing a time lapse so that you can experience things in a more realistic way and in a more adventurous experience. Because if we got everything that we ever wanted all the time instantly, there would be nothing really to work for or to strive for and to feel the experience of struggle of life. Because there's something really beautiful about struggling through life, triumphing over your obstacles, and then experiencing the rewards of release and relaxation and blessings and abundance for all your hard work. And that is the cause and effect of good deeds, good thoughts, and good actions. And it will be also returned to those that put out bad deeds, bad thoughts, bad actions. You will also get that in return. You have planted a rotten seed. You will get a rotten fruit, and you will have to taste that fruit later on in your life. Everything moves up the spiral motion of creation and will experience full justice, full equality of everything that every soul has ever done. You will always know what you have done. Nothing is hidden from you. You will always have mirrors. You will always know the truth of who you are and who you have become and what you have created as a creator being. So understand that the creations that you create will have an effect on this world. Even the smallest little creations that you think, it will have an effect. Why? Because of this type of momentum that carries it through, either through other souls' lives, in the idea that if you create a beautiful painting and someone sees it and they love it and they buy it for their friend, you have now touched the lives of 2 people, and then that person has it hanging on their wall, and another person comes to dinner and sees that painting and says, "Oh, that's beautiful, touches my heart." You have now increased your sphere of influence. You have now touched the hearts of 3 people, and then that other third person, maybe they go and they buy your painting and they buy another one, and then they hang it in their house, and you have now increased the influences of all your hard work, your beauty that you have put forward. This is the effect of your cause that you have started. When you want to spread beauty and love and goodness in the world, you will experience the effect of doing that, and it will only be experienced back to you in joy and realization of what you have brought. Everything has a return of motion equally, eventually. Nothing is ever lost in this universe. No energy, no effort that you ever put out is ever lost. It never disappears. It will move through the spiral creation force, and it will come back to you eventually. after it hits other souls first. Then it will come back to you as a response and as a mirror to show you what you have done and what you have created so that you can experience yourself as a powerful being. It is wise to live knowing this, that whatever you start will have a finish eventually. That whatever you put out into momentum, it will be carried through and you will experience those effects. Do not think that anything that you do can be hidden or you will not experience the effects of what you have done, because you cannot ever hide from this. So just keep that in mind as you create. Also, there can always be an inverse reaction of what you have started. It's an opposite reaction to your action that you have created. And so realize that there are players and roles of positions that people will take depending on their own perspective and their own way that they see life. So be prepared that whatever you put out, you will get also opposite reactions as well. And that can also be an effect of a cause that you create, such as there are those that stand up for environmental rights and they might stand in front of a forest and they don't want it to be bulldozed. So they will experience, because they are standing up for a cause, they will experience the opposites who are trying to destroy their cause or destroy their creation that they are putting out there. And so what you have to do is you have to believe in yourself, stand strongly in your first cause, in your first set motion that you have put forward, and believe in it and trust in it. And if it is good and it's for the benefit of others and it's not just for your own self and it's not just to harm others, then you will experience eventually that resistance will fade away, or there will be more support on your side to end that resistance that is against you. The cause and effect law can also be seen in karma, and what we put out there, we will get back in return. And this also stems into our next incarnation in our next lifetime. So, whatever energies that you put out into this life, it will come back to you into the next for you to experience yourself, because it is aiding in the spiral movement of creation and soul realization and rebirth, so that you can reach a final oneness, a union with the divine of all that is in this universe, and end duality when you are ready. So you are moving towards that. That is what we are all as souls are moving to do, is to end the duality, the illusion of separation within ourselves. The next law to know is the law of compensation. This is very much like the law of cause and effect, but the law of compensation means that you will be compensated for your deeds or for your actions that you put out there into the world, and it will be returned to you as what you will experience as rewards. This is the blessings from the universe that you may experience, and it can be in physical form. It can also be in non-physical form, such as friendship and love and admiration and support from others. So think about what you are putting out into the world, because you will be compensated for it. So there will be also rewards as well as punishment in what you experience back to you, versus whatever you have put out, you will experience it back to you. So just be aware of your type of creation that you are creating. It is the byproduct of the law of cause and effect applied to blessings, abundance, and rewards. The thoughts and deeds we put out will come back to us in the physical, as well as emotional experiences of gratitude from the collective for helping others. We basically experience our goodness in return, and we also experience our badness in return as well. Gifts can be in the form of true friendship, money, blessings, and lasting impressions on others. Good deeds are never forgotten, and neither are bad ones, as those are compensated by angering others or losing your place of power or position, losing your life, even like if you live by the sword, you may die by the sword as well, and losing your financial gain as it was not maybe earned honestly. Eventually you will lose it. So everything is fair in the universe. There's no injustice, there's no inequality. This is very much like the law of cause and effect. It's just the law of compensation. The law and cause and effect is more about how you will experience events in your life that will be what you have put out into your life, and you will experience it back to you. And there will be also law of compensation, where you will be compensated for acting in the way that you are, and you will get to experience yourself as either a good soul or as a soul that is lost or doing bad. So you will be compensated for whatever you decide to put out there. And the law of cause and effect is more about how your type of actions on others and deeds on others will definitely be reflected back to you, and you will also have an effect on other people's lives. So these are the first 6 natural laws of the universe, and when you are aware of them, it really helps you to align to your higher self and your creator self, a more powerful version of yourself that can manifest on earth and can change the experience in which you feel like you're a victim to others, and then you can be the cause and no longer are affected by others, but you can be the catalyst of change and transformation in your own life, and not wait for others to change you, and not wait for angels or other types of beings to come into your life, but you actually can wake up to the true power within yourself. And that is how you can drastically change your life, so that even when bad things happen to you, you will know your creative power. You will be able to transform these negative experiences that will teach you things, but you won't get lost in them and wallow in these feelings of self-pity and self-hatred and self-loathing, which can cause you to have more negative experiences. So you want to get out of that dark pit that you fall into. It's okay if you fall in there, but you have to find your way out of it so that you can experience the life that you deserve, that you have been put on this earth to experience. Everything that is soul fulfilling to you, you deserve. You deserve, every soul deserves to experience their authentic truth and the truer nature of who they are as a powerful being that has such creative potential within them. So just keep this in mind and use wisdom and discernment when you are creating, and always be aware of what you are putting out there into the world, because it will come back to you. It is the beautiful laws of the universe that ensure equality for all souls and for all creators to experience whatever they put out. This universe is your place to experience everything that you wish to manifest. It is your playground. It is your place where you can build your dreams and your visions. You just have to remember that you have that power within you, and then you can start creating from there. So I will see you on the next video for the next natural laws of the universe that you can create from.